After watching the episode 5 of the Real Housewives of Durban, I felt like if I were Zama, I would have just covered my face with my hat and leave JoJo's event and I will never show up. That will be the end of my stay on the show because this disgrace the cast of the show did, or like the way the cast of the show treated Zama was, I don't know anything that can be more brutal than this. But Sama had also done a lot and said a lot. However, she did not say all of this on camera or before, like on the show, but the cast of the show had brought it, and we are here for it. We are here to enjoy this drama. But Sama said a lot, and I think like from previous season, like previous episodes and all of that, I don't want to really believe that Zama is a mean person, but I think she is fast. I'm fast trying to kind of join that school of thought that Zama is mean. But the thing is that I think her fault, or like where she had actually been so faulty, is the fact that she went so real, or like too real with the cast of the show, like going to have all of those conversations. I think if you want to have those conversations, shouldn't have been with the cast of the show. Probably should have been things that were not really part of the show along the line. She should have actually understand that this is a real outside show and things can just turn out crazy at any time. And also the fact that she went on to kind of find out all of these, like, when you bring a broadcaster to this kind of show, just be ready that they're going to go around broadcasting stories. And it is crazy, right? Like, it is really, really crazy that Sama have done all of these. Pardon my manners. Welcome back to this YouTube channel, and I am Lover. And on here, we do movie reviews and reality TV shows conversations. Without any further ado, let's get into it. This episode had me screaming Zama, 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 Zama. For me, I think another thing is that she kind of have this notion or these stories or whatsoever she have or she know about the cast of the show. But I think the thing is she shouldn't have actually come around. I'm trying to address Ame's situation. Like the what she have to say about Ame and the hijack story. I think she shouldn't have been like, okay, this is what it is, and what I have read, what I know about this story is the truth. So that is when she had kind of make mistake, and I feel like she did not really employ her skill as a media personality so well on this show, because if she had done that, she wouldn't have gotten to this kind of state she ended up on the show, or like the kind of way people get to see her. Because if you've read all of that about someone, or like that is what you've gotten about them, you wouldn't come on this show and kind of force it on them and make them want to accept that as their reality. Rather, you make it seem like this is what I've heard, this is what I have read. How true is that? Will you like to make clarity? Or like the way she put it, so I'm like, oh, that is what it is. That like she come off as that is Ame's reality, and there's no way anybody, even if it is, I won't stay there and kind of take blame or like take the floor or kind of accept anything that will ruin my reputation or that will paint me bad. I will really want to kind of do that. What do they call it? Kind of do that damage control and all of that. So I think Zama, and before, because of she was very impulsive, it's really a very bad thing that just make her seem like mean girl, or if that character is what defines someone as being mean. So we can all conclude that she is. That is talking of Sama. Then let's go on to, I think that is all I'll discuss about the cowboy party. And let me move on to the next. So the next thing is the Angel and a doctor. So Angel met with a doctor and she went on and on with this fertility story. And I'm just looking forward to the end of the season and we get to understand better, because I'm kind of skeptical about this fertility story. I feel like she's new to the show and she's not even married yet. Unless it probably maybe there it's always about getting children before getting married, except if that is how it is in the South African culture. But if that is not what it is, I think maybe Angel had just decided to tell this kind of story or decide to push this kind of story more because maybe she see that as it might be something that really give her pity party or like make her have good story on the show. And also, I think Angel, let us just look forward to the season and how everything will play out before I start having opinion about her character. moving on to Maria and Sirisha's meet. So Maria and Sirisha met, and Maria is hoping that Sirisha was petting Angel when she and Angel had their back and forth, and she felt like Sirisha was supposed to stand by her. But I actually kind of understand Sirisha's point of view about just wanting to stand by what's the name? Stand by Angel. Then Angel and a friend they had this conversation, and while they were having the conversation, there's also this part where Sorisha, where what's the name, Maria and Zama met and they discussed. And for me, I felt like Zama is also that person that is very blunt. I think her being blunt is I won't call it mistaken from being mean. I think she sees herself to be blunt, but to an extent, the way she's being blunt is coming off as being mean. Then for Angel being on and on about not knowing Maria, I feel like this Angel and Maria drama just go down to the fact that I feel like producers had been the one who had linked these two up to as a way through which Angel will be introduced to the friend group. And since that is what it was, I think Angel should just own up to the fact that she only met Maria through the producers and that is how they got to be on the show. I might actually be wrong, but that is how I feel. And maybe that is why Angel is so keen on the fact that she never knew Angel. And that is why Maria is so keen on the fact that she never knew Angel really longer or as long as Angel is making it seem like they've known themselves. Then Sorisha meets with her friend Ayanda and they discussed Zama to the extent. And I felt like I'm liking Sorisha this season because, like, not just this season, I think she started being like this since season 3, where she's very vocal about her opinion. I love the fashion she's bringing to the show this season. Her confessionals look are dope. This thing, her commentaries in her confessionals are also very shady and messy, and I'm loving it. Before it's always just that Sorisha being like the mediator, the good girl, or the good woman. She kind of seemed very flawless. But this time around, she's ready to say messy things. Like, that comment where she said Maria and was the Amere are rocking like a buy one, get one free. I was like, my God, when did Sorisha turn to this? Well, I think I'm loving this new Sorisha. And I feel like I haven't, for the fact that Zama had already come for her and making those compliments, which does not really seem like compliments about her hair, and they like this. They also make reference to the fact that Zama already had a conversation about what's her name, about Sorisha having bleached before and all of that. I think so that had just make Sorisha feel like, okay, if you want to come for me, I'm going to come for you. And Sorisha is starting off with Zama's age. So it's now from Zama, or like from Sorisha's point of view, she feels like Zama is way older than 40, that Zama would be in her early 50s because she saw or she watched Zama on television as a child, or before she even went on to be part of the South African media. And if that's what it is, who am I? So I think Zama, this thing, or what's the name, Sorisha decided to do and bringing up this conversation is just like a way to get back to Zama. Like, okay, if you want to come for me, I'm going to come for you. And I'm loving it. It's not that Sirisha will just be like, oh, it's so sis want to go with that narrative. I just really, like Zama, like Sirisha, season 1 and season 2 was so much of a peaceful person, and she don't even react to things. And I think it was even was the name Annie that was like, no, you don't let people push you around. You're gonna do this, going to do that. I think I could remember that from the season 1 reunion where Annie was like going on and on like about that. And I think we are loving this Sirisha. I'm loving it. Then this episode ends with Nonku's glow up party. And I think I really love the way the cast of the show turned up for this event. They all looked glamorous, like they all looked beautiful to this show. And it's crazy how Zama feel like left out. I think it's just solely sensible that she'll feel like that, because I don't want to think there's anybody on the group that's really vibing to her. In that conversation she had with Jojo, with Nonku about faith, and I'm just like, oh my God, this woman should not use faith as a way to just manipulate Nonku into being on her side. Yeah, I think I like Zama for the fact that she's still showing up and she's still part of the show, because if I were her, I would have run away. I won't be showing up anymore because these things are so much. But then let us talk about the drama at the table. So Zama left. She did not really stay for long. She left because she claimed she's gotten a funeral to attend. And the lady, Slee, I think it really got Slee angry. Like, no, she cannot keep on lying and lying and lying because Slee has the view that the person who died is someone she had dated before and they have issues, like they've been to court and all of that. Like, Slee has a lot to say about that relationship, and she believes that Zama is not going for that funeral because Zama is not meant to even go near to anything that's related to that person they are talking about. Then this Lundy and Ame's drama. I feel like Ame would have been like a very cool person, but it's to see there's so much of drama she's been into. Like, truth be told, at the very first like episode or like the beginning of the season, I had that opinion that Ame might be boring or she might not really bring so much to the show. But I think no, drama is centered around this lady, and this are drama with Lundy. I don't really like when people go on and having drama, but we are not even getting to understand anything. They are not spilling tea. Please spill the tea. What really went on? Like, Ame was just like, she came to her DM, she said this, she said that, she's gossiping about that. What's that gossip about? Give us this tea, give it to us. We want it spilled on it. Please, so I think they should do better to spill that tea because if you do not spill it, I'm gonna drag you. Oh my god, you guys should not really take me for serious. So this is all I'm discussing for. Well, let us look forward to episode 6. Like episode 6 will be drama. What's her name? This lady is back. Mabusi. And I was like, oh my god, Mabusi. And just await the Nonku, Jojo, and Mabusi drama next episode. Bye for now.